Blaine has always wanted to put Tangaroa's bow into a waterfall, and today we're finally giving it a shot. But first, we have to get there. Navigating thick fog out of Turnbull Cove, passing through the eerily quiet Sullivan Bay, and tracking down the right waterfall. Lacey Falls looked promising until we saw the rocks. But that didn't stop Blaine from trying anyway. Did it work? Well, let's just say he gets an A for effort. Are you ready for adventure? Subscribe now because we're getting ready for the Great Siberian Sushi Run. Good morning from Turnbull Cove. This is going to be fun. We arrived in Turnbull Cove in fog and we're leaving in fog. Check this out.
Thank gosh we have radar because we are definitely going to be using radar to get out of here.
We found coming in here though that the fog kind of stopped as soon as we started coming up this inlet, so hopefully it goes away when we leave this inlet. It's the middle of winter and we're cruising through the Broughton Archipelago on our 78-foot boat. No crowds, no other boats, just us, the cold, crisp air, and endless places to explore. We've been working our way through remote anchorages, checking out hidden trails, and seeing what we can find. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard. This mud doesn't smell though. Some of the mud that comes up is just disgusting. This one's pretty good. I'm smelling mud. That's a bit of mud. Not bad though. No wonder we had a really good holding. We're going to be anchoring again tonight. I'm not even going to bother getting all that mud off. We'll just be driving around with a muddy anchor. That's okay though, because really there's no boats here and we're not worried about impressing anyone. We have to go out
Right there. Can you see the entrance? Vaguely.
You driving, Megs?
Yeah.
Luckily we have our radar on.
Yep.
So we can see the entrance there and the depth sounder. Always good to have. Do you need me out of the way?
A little bit.
Oh, you found your link.
I did.
I have a huge favor to ask.
What's that?
Once we get driving, we get out of here and I drive, what do you think about one of those, famous Blaine breakfast sandwiches, please?
I could be persuaded.
They're so yummy. It is like the perfect day for a Blaine breakfast sandwich. And I wish you could try them because, I don't know, I think it's what he does is he puts the cheese in the frying pan to melt and then he puts the bun on the cheese and lifts it up. So good. Okay, we're going to follow our path straight out that we came in on. We had a good hook. Put our little anchor circle there.
I know.
It's like a perfect little
Mind
circle.
you, we had no wind this whole
There
time
was
we've
no
been
wind.
anchoring here.
See what we're looking at to leave here?
Definitely like this anchor.
Oh. For anybody who gets up here, Turnbull Cove is beautiful little anchorage. We did not go for a hike. We've seriously done enough hiking over the last couple places, so we didn't hike. But it was absolutely beautiful. There's no crabs though. And I was thinking about that. And the crabs like eelgrass. And there's no river in here and there's no flat area. Like, what do you call it when the river comes out?
Delta?
Delta, sure. That's a kind of a bayou term, maybe? No, there's no delta. And the crabs like eelgrass, and the eelgrass kind of grows in deltas and shallow areas, so none here. I think. I don't know. We're all learning. What also, when I pulled up the anchor, all I was getting was chunks of shell. So I think the bottom was mud and shell and no eelgrass. If you're wondering what we're doing today, we're going to take Tangaroa on a cruise through the northern Broughtons. First stop is we're going to deke into Sullivan Bay and see whether we're going to check it out or not. And then we're going to go, and this has always been kind of a bucket list for the boat. Blaine and I both want to put the bow of this boat into a waterfall. I know you're probably going to think we're crazy, but that's exactly what we want to do. So there is a huge waterfall up here called Lacey Falls, and we're going to see if we can put the bow of this boat into Lacey Falls. And then after that, we are heading down to Viner Sound, or Viner Cove, and tomorrow we're going to go kind of tour around and look at the Birdwood group.
That being said, putting the bow into the waterfall is not the problem. It's putting it in and getting it back out again.
I can't even comment about putting it in and getting it back out again.
That's a you thing.
Can't see poop.
Hopefully there's no big logs chilling out here. This ought to be interesting going through rapids with no visual.
Are you gonna be okay?
Oh yeah.
You're not nervous?
Yeah.
We hit a log, we hit a log. It's gonna take two of us to drive today. I'm spotting for land and logs, and Blaine is seriously just looking at radar. But what is, this kind of brings us back to Chile, Blaine.
Oh yeah.
Remember, it was pitch black, no lights, and all we were doing was running by radar down the Chilean fjords. And the problem with down there is the charts were a little bit off also. So it was seriously just a lot off. Okay, a lot off. It was seriously just running by radar. It was like a big video game, pitch black, and all you were doing was driving the boat via the pathway you had marked out.
And the problem with us here is I've got no autopilot, so I can't just point a course and lock it in. I've got to constantly be steering. So
I think we're going to go through a current area too.
not being able to see is a little bit trickier because I've got no bearings short of what I can see on my navigation for where I'm pointed.
Back it on, go outside.
No, okay.
Oh, I can see it was starting to clear up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like at least I can see ahead of us now.
Once we get back into tighter areas, we should be able to see land better.
Okay, here comes a bit of the current, babe.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you about little logs
No.
or kelp. We're just going to go through it.
Basically, not worried about anything that's gonna not damage stuff. Clearly, I can see where we're going.
I'm just waiting for the sun to burn this off. There is sunshine up there. Like, look,
Well, fortunately, that's where we're headed.
where the sunshine
We're
is.
not going straight ahead. We're going off to the left.
Go towards the light, Blaine.
I am.
Go towards the light. Maybe not that much.
No, I knew that. There is current flowing through here, but it's flowing with us, so it's not
Pushing us
on
through.
this side.
What speed are we doing right now?
10. There's our sunshine.
Look at that. It's like coming out of the... Wow, it's like the mist. I knew we'd get into sunshine today. There's the current line right here.
Yeah.
I think that's our first time taking Tangaroa through fog like that.
I think we've been in fog like that before, but not moving through.
The biggest thing is trusting the navigation equipment, the radar.
And I mean, technically you're supposed to be honking the horn every 2 minutes as well, but not any boats up here, so less worried about that.
You probably should have honked before going through that channel.
Radar on it, right?
Yeah. You could have seen if there was a boat coming. That's true. Radar would have shown boats.
Yeah.
So our friend Rod said we have to go check out a Sullivan Bay. Well, it's just ahead of us, so we're just going to take a deke in, see what it's like. I don't know whether we're going to stop or not. It's kind of the joys of just cruising, is we decide where we want to stop and what we want to see, but let's go check out Sullivan Bay. I don't think we're going to get off the boat, but we'll definitely show you what it looks like. Coming out, Megs? Sorry, pardon?
I'll just cruise down the shore.
Okay. Come, Maggie, coming out. I don't know if she wants out or not. Ooh, that sunshine's bright. Not going to complain though. So this is Sullivan Bay. It's a whole bunch of float homes, it looks like, and people say it's Little America. So it means is a lot of these float homes have helipads. Now, I'm thinking most things are closed, because that's usually how it is in the winter time. But we are going to take a little drive, and then we're going to go find a waterfall to stick this bow into. But yeah, we definitely saw that green sailboat going up into Drury Inlet. So they're doing the same thing as we are, cruising in the winter, because there's hardly any boats here. So in the summer, I can imagine this place is packed with boats. But seeing it empty is kind of interesting. I can see why Rod said to take a look. It's pretty. Don't feel like stopping though, because that's not what the purpose of this trip is. The purpose of this trip is to kind of really get off grid and explore unknown places. But we will take a drive-by and look at everything. Closed moorage, October to April. But the store's open. So if anything, we'd have to anchor and put our dinghy in. It's kind of cool. There's a general store right there, you can see it. The little white building with the light on. And there's some houses. Some people live here year round. That's okay. Let's go off and see if we can find a waterfall. There's a guy on the beach there. I don't know if he was going to radio you. We're not on the beach, outside one of the houses.
I saw two. There's one over there and one over there.
There's a guy on the sailboat.
And a guy on the sailboat, yes.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop.
We're not staying.
We're still
just
okay for
checking
food. We don't have to eat very fancy. Maybe I'll just catch some more fish. But let's go down Tribune Channel a little bit and find Lacey Falls. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, but that was cool. Very cute little outpost way up in the northern Broughtons. Blaine is making his famous breakfast sandwiches right now, and it looks like we're coming into a little bit more fog up here, but hopefully it burns off before Tangaroa gets there. But we are following a different path out, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Check out this cool tree over here. Big one hanging right on the edge.
We got a famous Blaine breakfast sandwich. My gosh, this is so good, Blaine. I think this is one of your best, actually. Okay, let's eat, because I gotta eat and drive at the same time. Thank you, Blaine.
Nailed it! We're coming up to a big bluff, and this drops off right into the water and drops continuously at the water's edge. So it's hundreds of feet deep off the edge of this. So we're just going to drive right up to it here. Janice is behind the wheel.
Hi, Blaine.
And she's gonna get close and we're gonna have a peek. Video doesn't really do it justice. That's looking up at about a 45-degree angle right there. Yeah, pretty tall. Bit breezy around the corner here too. That's a big overhang up there. Hope nothing falls down right now. And like I said, the water just drops off here. There's no rocks, there's nothing to worry about. It's just deep, deep, deep.
Now that bluff was cool and it was fun to drive past it. We are now looking for Lacey Falls. It's up Tribune Channel someplace, and that's where we're heading right now. So this is right up Tribune Channel, and the wind is funneling through here. So I can see why some people say they always have an amazing sail down Tribune, because, you know, we're going against the wind. But we don't know how far up Tribune Channel this waterfalls is. And then as soon as we see it and put the bow in, we're going to do a 180, and we're coming back to the Birdwood group, which is right here, and we're going to go up into Viner Sound. That's the plan. Just have to find a waterfall. We are still on the search of the waterfalls, and we think it's behind this point. We're pointing at Gormley Point right now, but we have to go around this point. So I think it's just going to sneak up on us. Blaine is watching the batteries. What are you doing?
This is the first time I'll bring the batteries up to full since putting on the new alternators. So I'm just watching the cell voltages, make sure everything's okay. Because I want to make sure everything's going to function properly, because I don't want the alternators to do a load dump and damage anything. So that's what I'm up to.
And you're watching on the Victron?
Yep.
Okay, we're not sure if that's it or not.
That would be my guess.
It's not big enough.
Oh, I think it's big enough. I just don't think it's flowing heavily right now.
Uh-oh.
We thought Lacey Falls would be the perfect spot for Blaine to finally tuck the bow into a waterfall. But in the middle of winter, I had my doubts. The water was freezing, the rocks were hidden, and there wasn't a single boat around if we needed help. My stress levels were a bit high, but I kept them in check because Blaine was determined, and well, someone had to be the supportive wife.
We think we see it, but there's not much water flowing. So I don't think Blaine's going to be able to dip the bow of this boat. It's also not high tide, and it looks like there's rocks in front of it, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm sure sometime in this boat's future we will be dipping the bow.
Oh, for sure. Lots of waterfalls on the inner passage on the way up to Alaska.
True. There's just not much water flowing, if that's actually Lacey Falls, which I think you're right.
No, I think it's Lacey Falls. I think it's just, we haven't had a lot of rainfall for one, and for two, it's not springtime, so the snow isn't melting up there, so there's just not much for flow down the side. It's pretty dry.
But you know what, we've come this far, so we might as well go look. We found the waterfall, but there's not much water. But we're still going to challenge ourselves. So what do you plan on doing, Blaine?
I'll pull right up till the stem almost touches. You'll just have to give me some hand signals to let me know.
Well, why don't I take the radio out there?
Could do that.
Because then I only need one hand, and I can film with one hand.
That's a good plan. I like your thinking.
There is some water coming down, but not enough to dip the bow.
No.
It's definitely a bit chilly, but look at this.
problem is we've got the wind right on the beam. Look at those snowy mountains coming right down from there. It's almost like a willowa. Woo. Look at all the birds at the base of the waterfall. They're going to be watching this going, what are they doing? So imagine there's a lot of water. This is Blaine's thing that he always wanted to do, is bring the bow of the boat of Tonga right up into a waterfall. We may have to find a different waterfall in the spring to do that. Maybe on our way up to Alaska in like 6 months. This would have been a perfect one to do it though. Except the angle, I'm wondering if the stem of the boat will hit before the bow. It looks deep right up to it. A wee bit shallow on these two peninsulas on the right, but I'll watch. You need me to call distances, or are you good? Yeah, it's too shallow, hun. You're not gonna go all the way in.
Just let me know where I need to stop.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, don't go any deeper. I'm gonna back up. That was really cool, but you probably had about a foot under the bow where you stopped.
It was showing 10 feet at the sounder, which is pretty much directly underneath me right here.
Yeah, the bow was about a foot off.
Yeah.
But what do you think? That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. It'd be really wild to do that with it fully flowing, mind you.
Oh my.
It'd probably be a little bit more challenging because there'd be more current coming out.
That would be cool.
I probably could have got closer if I was more to the left because it deepens up on that side by the looks of it.
I think you could definitely go in at high tide.
Oh, for sure.
We're at like medium tide, like those seagulls all there.
Yeah.
They're just having a feast on barnacles right now.
Yeah, high tide, I could have put the bow on it.
I wonder if the sea life right there is different for the birds because it's the fresh water coming down.
Maybe.
Okay, should we head back down Tribune Channel to Viner Sound?
I think so.
Let's go.
It's that time.
Wow, that was cool though. Lacey Falls. That was fun. We were having difficulties putting the snubber on. For some reason, twice the hook fell off as I let it down. But anyways, welcome to Viner Cove. If you look way back there, those are swans on the beach. Swans! They winter here. Can't wait to go exploring tomorrow. But we had a really good day today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next week. If you thought the waterfall was stressful, wait till you see where Blaine took Tangaroa this time. Tight, tricky, and full of choice words from me. Watch next to see how it went.